this is me, and I'm just finishing up a really disappointing Danish experience. But I'm hungry. So, good evening, good morning, good midnight. I'm Ken. This is Ken doing stuff again. I keep struggling like I have a name for my show, and it's not really a show. It doesn't really have a name. But if you're watching, do you really care? You watch this bad Danish down. Cherry Mellow Yellow, that's the bomb. Thanks for tuning in. If you're tuning in live or if you're watching later, I appreciate you. This is a late version of what was to be my wrap up for the year and my beginning of the new one. But what happened was, to be honest with you guys, I meant to start getting regular schedule and doing live streams regular and every Monday, and I wanted to do a big like year-end thing. And the fact is, I took some time and decided to spend time with my family anyway. Instead, ringing in the new year with my wife and daughter was more important than put any other stuff together, especially right now. I ended up working a regular job for the season, and that eats up a lot of my time. So it's also eating up a lot of my drawing time, a lot of my art time. And unfortunately, it's a new year, it's a new dawn, it's a new day, and there's new stuff happening, whether I pause to tell you about it or not. So tonight I'm going to talk a little bit about the last year and the sort of wrap up of that year, and then the new year and what's coming. I'm going to go freeform here because I don't have a script or a list or a plan like I often do. And I'm not doing any live drawing tonight. Sorry. I am instead going to show you some of the artwork I've been working on during like my downtime at my boring, not busy day job. I've at least been getting some fun drawing done. I'm going to show you some stuff I've been working on for professional reasons. And I guess let's start with that because I want to wrap it up, I think, with my year-end message. Yeah, because I got some serious stuff to talk about and I want to have some fun too. Let's start with Global Defense Force. So this is the latest piece I'm working on. This art is done by my man Mohammed Lubis, the incomparable Lubisan. He has been involved in almost everything Global Defense since issue number 3. And we're working on, he did a lot of the art for issue number 4 and some of the pinups. And Global Defense Force, if you don't know, is a story by Brian Hitzman of beautiful Saginaw, Michigan. I have recently been contracted to do the lettering and some layout work for the 4th issue. Global Defense Force. Here's another piece by Lubisan. Pardon me, I forget the name of the colorist on this. Haven't worked with him before, and he's sort of separately contracted for me. But great colorist on this project, so check out Global Defense Force. He ran an Indiegogo campaign to fund some of that, and that book is very close to being done. The artwork's all done, so waiting on me for lettering. Like I said, I took a day job, and that's really cut into my art time. But it's a great project. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of action, X-Men, mutants and superhero type of thing. Good guys, bad guys, that whole thing. Really inspired by like 90s action comics. So it's a fun project to be a part of. The other thing I've been working on has been, and I'll show you this again. Showed you this last time, but I'll show it again because I just love this piece. Sky Princess from Earth Team Green, which is a great project I'm proud of. Also a little bit inspired by 90s action comics, but a little more with a power team, save the planet kind of vibe. The Sky Princess fights off evil that's trying to destroy our world from the inside out, and features this character, the Sky Princess, discovering her powers, coming into her own, joining the Earth Team Green Force, and ultimately will be fighting to save the climate and our planet entirely. Enough about me. in my circular ramblings. Want to give a shout out, as always, to Ted Davies. Ted Davies has been doing some really great inspirational stuff, wrapping up the new year and starting the next one. He's got about 5 billion shows on the internet between YouTube and podcasts. So I mean, I can't even list them all. Just check him out, Google him, look all over YouTube. Ted Davies is a man who's making moves. I'm going to throw out a shameless plug for my upcoming book, Hatched. Hatched, if you don't know, was a Kickstarter that I ran a couple months ago. Short, quick starter, kind of a small Kickstarter for a vanity project of mine. Just a sort of proof of concept to see if I could make this work and see if I can learn the platform of Kickstarter, as well as produce some new material in book form for conventions and stuff to sell at my tables and get some stuff off the shelves that's never been published before into it, and just expand my base of what I can offer without going too deep into my pockets for it. So it worked very well. Kickstarter is a great platform. It's helping me a lot by letting me get things done that I couldn't get done on my own, and not taking my family into debt for the sake of my comics. So I'm pretty happy about all that. And I'm just showing you some various weird samples of oddball things that are going to be included. Hatched is going to have about 7 variant covers. A few different art covers. Oh, that's a sketch cover for Angel's Blood. Totally different, but still cool. There is several different art covers, and I have some other artists that I'm going to be working with to produce those. And there's some hollow foil, some new variant shiny covers that I'm going to get specially made. And there is I'm going to be making a Midland Comic Con exclusive, because in March I'm going to be at the Midland Mall Comic Con, hosted by Fetz Toy Depot in Saginaw, Michigan. It's going to be in Midland at the mall. It's an amazing show. It's going to feature more stuff than I can even list, though. It's toys, games, vendors, puzzles, like adventure to be had. So check it out. I've got a graphic here for that. I'm going to do that too. This is me talking a mile a minute, forgetting what I'm doing. That's not it. Technical difficulties, man. That's something I was doing for the play Tarzan. My daughter was in. Oh, we can talk about plays and stuff. We do that for days. This is an old graphic. I'm actually working on a new graphic for this because it's March 5th and 6th, and I'm going to do a new thing for Fetz. And Paul King, thanks, Paul, for letting me play in your sandbox there. I'm also going to be designing the badges, or drawing the badges up that people get to wear in their lanyards and stuff for the show. So that's kind of what I'm working on. Things coming up are going to be Hatched, Sky Princess, and Global Defense Force in the early part of this year. So all those things are in production and almost done. So look for them. Follow me very, very soon. Do me a favor and go to kenscomics.net/0. And I'm going to look for that link here. Get a free comic. Go there, click, and don't click, that's not clickable. But you can pick up a free digital download of one of my comics and sign up for free updates and stuff about these videos, or things I'm going to be giving away, or news and information about the art I'm doing this year. I'm not trying to be pushy. I'm just trying to expose everybody to what we got going on, because the indie comics community in Michigan is booming. Okay. And it is an amazing, wonderful, supportive group of people. And I'm proud to be just one small part of that. So as much as I can share other things about other artists and other people, we have some amazing talent. And I think we just all lift each other up using the power of the internet and social media and whatever we have at our disposal. So now that I've listed all the things, and I don't have a listed the things coming up, I want to talk about last year, because I think we can all agree last couple of years have been a real bitch. Take my glass. Shouldn't crack my neck like that. COVID hit, and it threw everything, man, into upheaval. Right? I'm not going to go too deep into that. You know it. I know it. We all lived through it. We got toward 20 end of 2020. We thought 2021. I think we collectively felt like, okay, we're turning the corner. Things are going to be better, and things changed. That's for sure. And I don't know if a lot of us feel like they got better, and that's taken a toll on everybody, literally everybody I know, uh, at least everybody that shared anything. A lot of people just kind of suffer in silence. But I tell you, I have heard from no less than 3 people this week, 3 talented, creative, driven people who are feeling some kind of way uh, after this past year, whether it's a depression or just a anxiety or feeling like why bother doing things, or I mean, and I'm sure you do. I'm sure you know something. I mean, maybe not those particular things, but we're all feel living in this cloud of not just COVID, but anxiety, society. Things are changing. The world is changing around us. And 2021 hit me really hard. And when I mean it hit me, I mean it knocked me down and it kept me down. And I know I did a lot of stuff, and I've been trying to do these videos, and I'm doing a lot of positive things, but there have been a lot of downtime, a lot of bad feelings. And I want to talk about that a little bit because I want to share at least a little bit that I can to let you know that if you're feeling some kind of way, if you're feeling some kind of down, not only is it okay, it's normal, it's even healthy, and it's not bad to talk about it. Because what helped me in more than one instance have been other people's stories, sharing their stories makes me feel like, man, I'm really not so alone. I'm not so weird, or I'm not so weak, or I'm not so crazy. Because this guy I look up to is, feeling some kind of shit. Um, and I'm saying this kind of vaguely. I don't want to get too specific about any one thing. I just know that there's a depression, and I don't mean clinical depression. I just mean like a pressure pushing down on everybody, just collectively on everybody. The whole Christmas season felt like it. Um, and I've been out to work in the public, and I felt it there too. I feel a little less Christmas spirit. I'm trying to be chipper and cheerful, but you're feeling like things hurt, and we all don't know how to deal with that. But it's okay because you're still here and you're doing your best. And maybe you're not. Maybe today you didn't do your best. Maybe today you slept in. Maybe today you took a break. And you know what? That's fucking okay too. A friend of mine, um, I was talking to recently, said something about feeling like he was starting a new project and he gave up. He chickened out. He said, and if you're watching this, sorry, I'm not going to name you, but said he wanted to start a new project and he feels bad that he chickened out. And then it bothered me because I've done that and I felt that. But what I think I have are the words of some words of encouragement in that it's okay. It's okay to stop. It's okay to start over. It's okay to try again. It's okay to step back and not try sometimes. And I know that there's a paradox, in that we want to try and be our best all the time. And then we always fall short because we're never perfect. Never. And so we always feel or have a tendency to make ourselves feel like we're not good enough, we're not trying hard enough, we're not doing well enough. And there's a line somewhere that we all have to find between being motivated and also not making ourselves feel terrible for not being perfect. I want to be the best I can be every single day. And every single day, I feel like I didn't get enough done. I didn't try hard enough. I didn't accomplish more as much as I wanted to every single day. And a lot of times that's true. I find myself in a cycle of oh man, I wake up with these plans and I have these thoughts and feelings like I can do this and I can tackle this and that. And then I do some things and I don't do all the things, and then everything's not done. And that feels defeatist. That feels crushing to the point where you sometimes don't want to try. But that's not really productive, and and that's not really an option, not permanently. Like I'm saying, I'm finding the beauty in being okay with taking a break and maybe forgiving yourself for not getting it all done and not making it all perfect. Um, because I'm still trying and I'm resolved to try harder and to be better this year than I was last year. And I was pretty good last year. I did a lot of great stuff last year. When I really sit back and do checks and balances and list it all, I feel like I felt like I did nothing right, but I can give you a long list of things I did do, things I did well, things I did right, and people I've helped. And to me, that's the most important thing. Because I'll say it again, I believe we're in this tapestry of society, and we're connected, and we are here to help people, not just as Americans, but as humans. So I'm rambling, I'm ranting. I just wanted to bring all that about. And my recap of the year is not going to be specific, like here's what was in the news, and here's what was in the media, and here's the trials that were going on, and here's the politics. I'm not doing any of that. I'm saying we all gone through some stuff, and we're all feeling like sometimes we're not enough, and we all are. And as long as you're trying, you're doing good enough. It's going to be okay. And if today wasn't good enough, that's okay too. Tomorrow will be better. And I need to believe that. And I need you to believe that. And as a parent, I need my daughter to believe that. It all feels like too much, but it's not. It's not, because we can do it. We can do this together. I just know it. And I feel it and I believe it. Because I've been through all kinds of dark stuff, all kinds of tough times. And every day is another chance. And we woke up again today. And we're lucky. And we should just take that chance. So that's enough about me, and that's how I feel about 2021. I ended it feeling, I almost felt really terrible, and I hated how I was doing, and I didn't like the job I took. That I feel like the job took me away from the things that I was doing that were important. But the job also is money, and we need money to live. I need lights, I need heat, I need food. Um, the job helped me get a little extra Christmas money so we could be more comfortable for the holidays, and do some nicer things. We got Weird Al Yankovic tickets for the whole family. Thank you, Santa. Thank you to my job, uh, because that little extra money helped us say, you know what, we're going to go to a concert this year. God willing, COVID doesn't shut us down. We're going to see Weird Al Yankovic, and all of us love Weird Al, so that's going to be dope. 2021 ended on a weird spot for a lot of people, but I just feel like we're in that together, though, and that's okay. So 2022. Now, I'm not one of these like new year, new me kind of guys. Um, but I do feel, not for any reason that like, oh, the stars are aligning and there's like, it's a new year, so it's a new day. I don't think that's real. But it's almost like a placebo kind of thing where if you feel like it's real, if you feel like you can take the holidays and recharge, then you can. And that's what I've been trying to do. So, one thing I've been doing, besides ranting and raving on the internet, is with the downtime at this job, I got some new art supplies for Christmas. I'm really happy about. So thanks to everyone that got me art stuff. Because not and then it's cool because it's not just stuff that I use for work, like for making comics, but it's more like the kind of art supplies that I wouldn't normally buy for myself, like colored pencils and sketch pads and things. Like if I'm buying art supplies, I'm usually buying specific Bristol and inks and pens that are going to be an investment in my work. But I don't often buy art supplies for fun. And I don't know if I'm the only one that doesn't do that or what, but it's just a thing I get stuck into. So at this job, after the holidays, it's very slow. I'm working at the mall selling calendars to people who don't need calendars anymore. So like today, I had 2 hours with no customers. So started working on stuff. So the other day, let's see, I did this. And this is just fan art. So this isn't, Ken's Comics trying to cash in on anything I don't own. This isn't for sale. This isn't for anything, any promotion, except I'm just sharing because I'm a fan. I'm allowed. I'm a guy that likes comics. So I got some new colored pencils drawn on some black paper. Really like these metallic pencils that came with this kit, and so they glow pretty well. These is kind of fun. So I did a fun Spider-Man there. After that, I did the Hulk. I always do a Hulk. This is really rough and sketchy, but and now that I'm looking at it, I'm really unhappy with the proportion. But it was more. This one was just fun. It was about energy. It was about just making a rah, Hulk blasting through thing, and passing the time, and taking that. The other thing is, I find my mental health is always directly affected by my drawing, or rather, whether or not I've been drawing. I can tell if I'm in a mood or if I'm in a rut, in a dark or bad place mentally. It often is because I haven't been drawing. That's my outlet. Even if it's not for work or something productive, it's just Hulk or Spider-Man. It's an outlet. For me, it just relaxes me, makes me feel better. Like some people do puzzles or coloring books or something to relax or exercise. I wish I could be that guy. But when I draw, it helps me. It helps something in my brain, something in my mind. It makes things better. So when I'm not doing that, that's when I find myself getting in trouble and it makes it hard to concentrate. It really is. You can always ask my wife, man. You can always find a direct correlation between my mental health and my art. And if I haven't been doing art, my brain takes a dive and I start to, I will literally forget major things. I'll forget to pay a bill. I forget to have my shoes. I swear to God. And I'm cranky. It really is my therapy. So, got some pencils with this art kit. Started playing around here. This was awfully quick, but it's kind of fun. I think I want to work harder on this, do some more shading, some smoothing and blending with pencil. But I am a gigantic Thundercats fan and a huge nerd about it. I had all the Thundercats when I was a kid. I watched every episode. My poor parents had to buy me all the toys, every accessory. I had the Cat's Lair with the laser beam. Dude, y'all don't even remember. The Cat's Lair was like the first like laser tag inspired kind of a playset where you had this little thing that the mutants would ride that could shoot at the Cat's Lair, and if you caught the laser just right, pew, it would like it would knock some, it did a thing, knocked the panther or whoever off the seat, and you could like actually fire and fight. It's very, very cool. Thundercats are the bomb. And so I've recently joined the Thundercats support group, I mean fan group, and it's got me inspired. It's got me feeling having all kinds of fun with Thundercats. Um, Besides these two color deals, I was working on black and white, and I'm going to color this one digitally, I think, because I mean it just seems like all black and white really wants. I want this to pop, and I was just playing around, and I came to like it, enjoy it so much. I think I wanted to really start polishing it. So I did some sharper inks and I used some finer pens. I did something differently with this piece that nobody else is going to care about but me. But since it's my show, I'm going to talk about it anyway. And I don't know if I have a good example of Spider-Man. Maybe I do here. So here's a Spider-Man that I did for Christmas. Now, note that the webbing is wider. Here, I go with a more traditional, like, not traditional, I guess, because every artist does Spider-Man differently. But this is more of a classic Spider-Man that you would see in the 70s and 80s. Um, and the webs are very specific. There's 3 across the forehead, 1 in the center, and then 2 along the sides, and then 2 going down, kind of framing where his nose goes and opening to his mouth. And that's a very specific style of webbing that I think, to me, that embodies Spider-Man. So that's the kind of Spider-Man I always want to do whenever I find myself doing Spider-Man. But today I felt like playing around with something a little more like my hero, one of my big influences, Todd McFarlane, who did a very um, close, and this isn't quite it. This is still a little not as tight as Todd's, but it's way more tight than my Spider-Man webbing would ever be. And like if I drew Spider-Man for a living, this is not the way I would draw him. But I wanted to do something a little more fun and different. I feel like maybe it's a little more painstaking, a little more meticulous to go tighter on the webbing like that. And I think I pretty much doubled. I tried to double not just the space between the lines, but the space between the webs. And so I made a lot. There's a lot more webbing on here than there would be in a normal Ken Spider-Man. I also want to note that I make my Spider-Man kind of buff. Some people draw Spider-Man very lanky. See my arms here. Lanky and spider-like. And I feel like I lean more toward the man aspect. Like he has been enhanced as a human, not made more like a spider, but more given more strength and stuff. And I feel like just to me, the Spider-Man that looks like a lean, buff, like Captain America almost style of human, peak human physique. That's the Spider-Man that I like to draw. So I did this guy just for 2022, and I think I'm going to color him up, and I'll show you on the next live stream when I update you. And I hope that I will get the time to do another drawing video because I miss that. I like that. I've been doing a lot of drawing, and I wanted to get to do a video where I talked tonight, partly because I wanted to catch up on what's been going on, and I wanted to rant a little bit about the past year in mental health, um, and I apologize for not having much of a point or not being consistent about my point, but I'm just rambling here. I'm ranting. My thoughts are sort of fluid. And it's probably late for you. It's still not late for me. Anytime before 2 a.m. is not really late yet. Um, but I've been thinking about the holidays, and I've been thinking a lot about what I want to put out into the world. Not just to say to you, my viewer, whoever's viewing, watching this, but just what you put out in the world. Because I believe in karma. Okay, like what goes around comes around. And I feel like whatever energy you put out in the world, you eventually get back. And it's kind of a cycle, you know. Say what you want about God or spirituality and stuff. I at least believe in energy. And I think there's a cycle and we're all connected to it. It's not like the force or something magical like Star Wars, but it's there's something to that. And there's at least something to if I put positive things out in the world, I at least feel better about it. I feel good about myself. I can look at myself in the morning and know that I didn't make the world a more hateful place, hopefully. At least most days. Some days I slip and fall on that score. But that's all I have to show you today. I'm going to stop ranting and rambling. I'm watching. I'm about at 30 minutes. 30 minutes of me talking is probably more than anybody else wanted to see. Thank you for looking. Oh, I wanted to share this, and I don't know if I showed anyone this before, but a few years ago, Emily and I went to see a Michael Jackson impersonator and got our pictures taken. Um, there's me wearing actually the same white shirt I was just wearing. And I came across these pictures and it cracked me up only because, I mean, everyone remember Michael Jackson wearing a face mask and we knew it was weird and probably because of the plastic surgery and stuff. But now I see this picture and I'm like, why aren't we wearing masks? Because now in our society today, and probably for the foreseeable future, we should all be wearing masks. Um, thanks to COVID. And how much fun is all of that? I am I have Tori Daffel. Okay, I have a comment here from someone I've never seen before, but Tori, hey, um, Not sure if we're speaking the same language there. So whatever that means, VOYFYI. Hey, hope that's a greeting, and I send you a greeting back. I'm ending it now. Ending it now. Have a great, happy New Year. Leave me a comment or send me a message because I'd like to do more interacting. I know these aren't always a good times for other people. Like right now, it's midnight, right? So not your best time probably to be up shooting shit with me. But I'd like to respond more. I want to do more back and forth. So I'd like to know what do you think about the new year? What do you think about last year? I am up to talk about whatever. This is about me and my comics and my art stuff, but it's also about life. And I want to put more positive stuff out in the world. And maybe we can even have a little therapy session together. I don't know. It's the internet. Take care. Do something good for yourself and do something good for others.